In 1976, a boy sat 2 feet from a console television, and from across the house, his mother called his whole name and told him to bring her pocketbook. He got up and brought it. He never questioned it, not the Vaseline wiped across his face at the door, not the Vicks on his chest, not the fact that he was the remote control. That was just what mothers did. He was a grown man before he understood that almost nothing about that woman was normal. And the one thing he was most certain was ordinary, the thing that was actually extraordinary, is number 1 on this list. We all had her. The same woman, in a million houses, doing the same 25 things, and all of us thought that was how the world worked. He was not unusual. On 1,000 blocks, there was a mother just like her, running a household on tired feet and thin money, and making it look so effortless, her own children mistook it for ordinary. That is the thing about being raised well. You do not notice it. It feels like air. Then you grow up and realize she was doing something close to impossible every day and never asked you to notice. Number 22 is something she rubbed on you, made you swallow, and put up your nose for every ailment known to man. Number 19 is something that would get a mother reported today, and it was the best thing that ever happened to you. And number 2 is the one you did not find out about until you were grown, and when you found out, it took the wind out of you. These 25 things were never normal. They were a woman doing the hardest job in America and making it look like nothing. Every one of them, that boy lived without once thinking it was special. Hit that subscribe button, and let's count down 25 things every black mother did in the 1970s we all thought were totally normal. Number 25, she sent you to be her legs. She finally sat down, and you were the closest feet in the house. Bring me my pocketbook. Go see who's at that door. 3 rooms away, and you got up and went every time. For the boy, that was so routine, he never wondered why the woman who never rested was finally sitting. Children were the legs of a house that ran on everybody moving. It was not just an errand. It was a kid who never noticed his mother had sat down. Number 24, she made you answer the phone. Right, it hung on the kitchen wall, and answering wrong was not an option. You said hello properly, asked who was calling, wrote it on an envelope. You did not answer it grown. That phone was her training ground, a child learning to speak to the world one call at a time. The single-wall phone made every child the family receptionist. It was not just a phone call, it was a mother teaching you to sound like somebody. Number 23, she shined you up before you left. You did not walk out of that house ashy, not on her watch. She caught you at the door, dug into the blue tub, and greased your face, knees, and elbows until you gleamed. You squirmed. She finished anyway. For the boy, that grip on his chin was the last thing before the world saw him. Sending a child out gleaming was pride, presentation mattering more than money. It was not just Vaseline. It was a mother refusing to let the world see her child uncared for. Number 22, she put Vicks on everything. Whatever was wrong with you, the answer was in that little blue jar. Chest cold, rubbed on and covered with a rag. Stuffy nose under it, sore throat, a dab on your tongue, a thing that would make a doctor faint today. For the boy, that smell meant she had decided he would be fine, and he believed her. Vicks and castor oil ran the medicine cabinet when a doctor cost more than a family had. It was not just a salve, it was a woman curing you with what she had. Number 21, She woke you without a word. No gentle voice, no second call. The covers came off in one motion, or the blinds went up and the light hit you like a slap. You knew better than to lie back down. For the boy, that sound was his mother telling him the day had started without him. Waking the house without negotiation was standard where the day was already spoken for. It was not just waking up, it was a woman up 2 hours already, coming to get you. Number 20, she made you the remote control. The television had a knob, and you were the one who turned it. Turn it to channel 4. You got up, turned the knob through every station, and stood holding the antenna while she decided if the picture was good. For the boy, standing frozen with a hand on a rabbit ear, was an ordinary evening. Before remotes, the youngest child was the channel changer. It was not just changing the channel, it was a family's television running on one kid's 2 feet. Number 19, she put you outside and locked the door. After breakfast, she sent you out, and the door locked behind you. You were gone all day, no phone, nobody watching but the whole block. You came back when the streetlights came on. Knock before then and you had better be bleeding. For the boy, being put out at 9 in the morning was the greatest gift he ever got. Free-range days were the norm, a neighborhood of adults watching every child. It was not just being put outside, it was a mother handing a child a whole world and a village to hold him. Number 18, she made you say yes, ma'am. There was one right answer, and you learned it before you could tie your shoes. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. To her, to the neighbor, to any grown person. You looked them in the face and answered right. That was not about her feelings. She was teaching a black child a language the world would grade on sight. Those manners came up through generations that knew what a first impression cost. It was never just politeness. It was armor she fitted on you, one word at a time. Pattern break, modern comparison. In 1976, a mother raised her children with a wall phone, a jar of Vicks, a block full of neighbors, and her own 2 hands. No manual, no app, no group chat, just herself and whatever the woman next door knew. Today, a parent has every tool ever invented and still lies awake, feeling like it is not enough. But look what got traded. The neighbor who watched your kid without being asked. The village that answered the door. The confidence of a woman who did not need a second opinion to know what her child needed. We handed her every device on earth and took away every person she leaned on. Number 17, she gave you the look. She never had to raise her voice in public. She had her eyes. You were getting loud in the store or fidgeting in church, and you caught it, one hard glance from across the room that stopped you cold. For the boy, that look could find him across a whole sanctuary, and he understood it every time. The silent correction was a shared language, every mother fluent in it. It was not just a look, it was a whole conversation had in silence in front of everybody. Number 16, she said, "Because I said so." You asked why. That was the answer. There was no appeal. 4 words delivered flat, and the conversation was over. You could not argue it or go around it. It sounds harsh now, but it came from a woman with no spare hour to debate a 9-year-old while keeping that house fed and standing. That authority was normal when a mother's word was the end of it. It was not just a phrase. It was a tired woman ending a conversation she did not have time to have. Number 15, she sent you out when grown folks talked. The moment the conversation got interesting, you were dismissed. Grown folks are talking. Go outside. You got sent out of your own front room mid-sentence and tried to listen through the screen door anyway. For the boy, that shut door taught him the grown world was serious business he had not earned into yet. Keeping children out of adult conversation was a line every household drew. It was not just being sent out. It was a child learning there was a world he would grow into. Number 14, she did your hair in the kitchen. Saturday night the stove came on, and the kitchen became a salon. The hot comb sat right in the blue flame, and you heard the grease sizzle when it touched. She wiped it on a dish rag and worked from the back forward. For the boy, that hour between her knees was more of her full attention than he got all week. The stovetop comb was Saturday night ritual in kitchens everywhere. It looked like a chore. It was a mother's hands on you for an hour, and you did not know it was love. Number 13, she ran the Saturday clean. No cartoons, no outside, until that whole house was done. The radio went on loud, the windows went up, and she ran it like a foreman. You dusted, you swept, she inspected. Miss a baseboard and you did it again. For the boy, that clean was the one time his family moved like a single working crew. The Saturday cleaning ran the same way in millions of homes at once. It looked like work. It was a family taking care of the one place that held them. Number 12, she made you speak to every grown person. You could not walk past an adult without acknowledging them, ever. Down the block, in the store, on the porch, you spoke by name every time. Walk by without speaking, and you heard about it the whole way home. For the boy, that rule meant he knew every grown person on his block, and they knew him. Greeting every adult wove a child into a neighborhood of eyes. It was not just manners, it was a mother stitching her child into the fabric of a block. Number 11, she sent you to the store alone. Before you could see over the counter, you walked there with a folded dollar. She said the list twice and made you say it back. You brought her exact change home without losing a penny. The man behind the counter knew whose child you were. That errand was how she told you she trusted you without using the word. The store run was near Universal, the shopkeeper one more member of the village. It was not just an errand. It was a mother handing a child a piece of the grown world. Number 10, she fed everybody's kids. Whoever was in that house at dinner time ate. That was not a discussion. Your friends came in off the block and she set out extra plates without a word, and she knew all their mothers' names. Nobody left hungry, kin or not. For the boy, watching her stretch one pot across 4 extra kids was so routine he never thought it remarkable. Feeding every child who came through the door was how the village ran. It was not just dinner. It was a woman feeding a whole block's children out of one pot. Number 9, she put your Christmas on layaway. The toy got picked out in October and left in the store. She paid a few dollars a week, your name on the tag in the back, and made that last payment in December. Christmas morning, it was under the tree like it appeared out of thin air. For the boy, that gift was simply Christmas. He never saw the payments behind it. Layaway was the backbone of working-class Christmas before easy credit. It was not just a toy. It was 3 months of a mother's promise, kept quietly. Pattern break, the one thing that ran through her. Here is the part of the story we have been circling. Years later, grown, the boy watched his mother make his plate first, the way she always had. And he saw it, finally. She fixed his plate. She fixed everybody's. Then she stood at the counter and ate what was left, standing up, while everyone else sat. She had done that for 40 years, and he had never once seen it, because she made sure it looked like nothing. Every Saturday, every Vicks rub, every pressed shirt, every dollar carried to layaway. The whole architecture of his childhood had been one woman spending herself down to nothing. So quietly, her own son mistook it for the natural order of the world. And the biggest piece is still coming. It is number 1. Number 8. She sent you out looking loved. However tight things were, you were not leaving looking like nobody cared about you. The shirt was pressed Saturday night with spray starch and a hot iron. The shoes got polished. The Sunday clothes were laid across the chair before bed. For the boy, walking out sharp was so ordinary he never knew it was his mother making a statement about her child. Presentation was a weekly act of dignity. It was not just clothes, it was a mother telling the world exactly how much her child was worth. Number 7. She bragged on you to everybody. To your face, she was tough. Behind your back, she was your loudest fan. You would overhear her on that kitchen phone telling somebody your grades, going on like you were the finest thing ever made. Then she hung up and told you to take out the trash. For the boy, hearing her brag through a doorway was the first time he knew she was proud of him. Mothers held children to a hard standard and praised them everywhere else. It was not just bragging, it was a woman prouder of you than she would ever say to your face. Number 6. She made you perform for company. Company came over and you got called into the front room to do your piece, say your Easter speech, recite the poem, sing the song. You did it in front of a room of grown folks while she stood there beaming, and you were mortified. For the boy, that performance was his mother showing off the thing she was proudest of. Putting children in front of company poured pride into the young. It was not just a performance. It was a woman telling a room to look at what she made. Number 5. She prayed over you out loud. Her hand landed on your head, and she said your name to God, right there, out loud. You heard her through the wall at night, running down the list of everybody she loved. She prayed before a test, before a trip, before anything that scared her. For the boy, that hand on his head was the surest thing in his world. Prayer was the spine of these households, and the mother was its keeper. It was not just praying. It was a woman standing between her child and everything, every night. Number 4. She worked all day and cooked from scratch anyway. She came in tired from a full day's work and went straight to the stove. No takeout, no shortcuts, dinner made from nothing, on her feet after 10 hours of somebody else's work. It hit the table hot at the same time every night. For the boy, a hot meal appearing every evening was as automatic as the sun coming up. Cooking from scratch after a full workday was simply the standard. It was not just dinner, it was a woman with nothing left in the tank, cooking anyway every night of your life. Number 3, she never missed a thing. Every program, every recital, every game, she was there. She came straight from work, still in her uniform sometimes, sat in a folding chair in a hot auditorium, and clapped loudest for 8 seconds of you on that stage. For the boy, finding her face in that crowd was so guaranteed he never thought to be amazed, and he cannot name one event where she was not there. Showing up was non-negotiable. It was not just attendance. It was a woman rearranging her life so her child never scanned a crowd and failed to find her. Number 2, she made sure you never knew what it cost. Here is the one you did not learn until you were grown. Whatever was hard that year, you did not know about it. The bill, the worry, the double shift, the things she went without so you could have. None of it reached you. You remember that childhood as easy. That is not an accident. For the boy, finding out decades later what those years cost her was the moment he understood what she had been doing. Shielding children from the weight was deliberate work. It was not just protection, it was a woman making the hard years hers alone, so yours could be good. Number 1. She never sat down. That is it, the plainest thing on the list, and the one that holds all the others. Picture her right now. Can you see her sitting down? She was at the stove, at the sink, at the ironing board, up before you and up after you. She ate standing up. She ate last. She ate what was left at the counter while everybody sat at her table with a hot plate she made. That boy lived 20 years in that house and never once thought it strange that his mother did not rest. And every single thing on this list, the Vicks, the pressed shirt, the layaway, the prayer, the plate, came out of that one plain fact. A woman poured her whole self into her children and made it look like nothing at all. We thought that was normal. It was not normal. It was not just that she never sat down. It was that she gave you a childhood so steady you grew up believing that was how life worked, and the only reason you believed it is that she never let you see what it took. That is the whole thing about these 25. Not one of them felt like anything at the time. That was the point. She built a world so solid her children walked through it without noticing the walls, and the highest compliment you can pay her is that you never worried about a single thing she worried about every day. She did the hardest work in this country on tired feet and no applause, and she called it Tuesday. Most of us did not understand until we were grown, and some not until she was gone. So if she is still here, call her. Tell her you finally figured it out, that you know now none of it was normal. And if she is not here, say it out loud anyway, because a woman like that deserves to be told her children finally saw her. She never sat down, not once, so that we could